Okay, so this is the front page. For this, I only want you to do 1 through 6. Okay, and I'm going to do number 4 with you in just a little bit. So go ahead and circle those. Those are the only ones I want you to do on this page, 1 through 6. Del 1 al 6. On the back page, I want you to do all the odd numbers. So 13, 14, 15, 16. I mean all the odd numbers. I mean all the problems on the left, and I also want you to do problem number 11. So 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, and I'm going to do problem number 14 with you in just a little bit. So let's go back to problem number 4. Okay, remember we're going to follow the steps. We're going to follow all the steps. We're going to draw the line. We're going to distribute first. So I can distribute the negative 2 here and here. Negative 2 times 4 is negative 8x. You do negative 2 times 4 on the calculator. And then negative 2 times negative 6 is a positive 12. Again, you put negative 12 in the negative 2 in the calculator times negative 6. Remember, the sign goes with it. So negative times a negative gives you a positive. That's why my sign changed here. Okay? Everything else, you just bring it down. 12x equals 28. Step number 2, combine like terms, things that look alike. So on the left side, I have x's that can be combined, and on the right side, there's nothing. So 12x minus 8. You would just put 12 minus 8 in the calculator. That gives you 4. Both of them have an x. Bring down the plus 12 equals 28. Step 3 is to move the smallest variable. There's only one variable, so I don't have to move it. If I had variables on both sides, then you would have to pick the smallest one, but I only have one. So you leave it like that. Step 4 is see do. So what do you see happening to the x? It's multiplying by 4, and they added 12. So if you want, you can pause the video and finish working it out. So what are you going to do first? You're going to subtract 12 minus 12 minus 12. Okay, 28 minus 12, that's 16, equals, bring down 4x. And then the last step is to divide by 4. So divide by 4, so the 4 cancels, and that leaves you x equals 16 divided by 4 is 4. Okay, so I need you to practice these a lot for the test tomorrow. On the back page, those are inequalities. I also need you to practice those because they're going to be on the test. Problem number 14 is the one that I want to do with you. So I'm going to draw the line just like if it was an equation. Okay, and we're going to follow the steps. Step 1, distribute. So we're going to take the negative 2 and we're going to distribute it here and here. Negative 2 times x is negative 2x. Negative 2 times negative 1 is a positive 2. Bring everything else down. Step 2 is combine like terms. There's nothing to combine on the left. One has an x and one doesn't. There's nothing to combine on the right. One has an x and one doesn't. So we're going to go to step 3, which is to move the smallest variable. So I have variables on both sides. Which one is the smallest one? Negative 2x. How do you move it? You add 2x to both sides. That cancels. 3x plus 2x gives you 5x. Everything else comes down. So 2 less than or equal to positive 22. And then the last step is see do. So what do you see happening with the x? It's being multiplied by 5, and they added 22. So what is the first step you're going to do? You're going to subtract 22 from both sides. And you would put this in the calculator. 2 minus 22. That gives you a negative 20. Bring down the symbol. Bring down the 5x. And the last step is to divide by 5. Divide by 5. Divide by 5. And I'm dividing by a positive number, so I don't have to flip the sign. Remember, you only flip it when you're multiplying or dividing by a negative. So that gives me x. Bring down the symbol. Negative 20 divided by 5 is negative 4. Okay, so that's your answer. And you would flip it. So that's x greater than or equal to negative 4. If you look at the answer choices, negative 4 is not any of these. So the answer would be none of the above. Now that is not always going to happen, but if it does happen, just make sure that you did all of your work correctly. And if you know for sure that you did it all correctly and the answer's still not there, then the answer is none of the above.